Okay, I'm going to be doing a love reading. This energy that was coming through this morning was intense, okay? And it was something having to do with being scared to be in a relationship or take a commitment to the next level because of a fear of loss or ending. Like, it's like, I don't want to be in a relationship, or I don't want to get married because what if it ends? You know, like, and it was a lot of sadness and a lot of grief with it. So maybe this person that, I'm reading into their energy, maybe they've experienced a very, very, very hard loss before, possibly a death with a spouse or a love partner, okay, romantic partner. Maybe there was an actual death in that relationship that ended that relationship, and so they're apprehensive about wanting to commit or be in a marriage with someone who they have strong feelings for because they fear the loss or the ending. It could also be that they're scared to essentially die for love, but not in a literal sense, but in like an ego death kind of a way, or like they're coming to terms with understanding that love is selfless and it requires you to change, and they're having to sacrifice a belief that, they've believed for a long time that they can't love this deeply to want to change their life or want to defend or protect or support another person wholeheartedly, and that's what love is. So it's like they're having to deal with the ego death as well. It could be any one of those scenarios. It says calling in a soulmate. Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot with this, and I'm thinking I'm going to get to some chakra Zodiac as well to get some more insight into the situation because it was really intense. So it's calling in a soulmate here. Someone's calling in a soulmate. This could be a male or a female. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations, help bring you together. So it's like, despite any loss you may have experienced in the past in relationship with a partner, with a spouse, there's still another soulmate for you, okay? And your feelings, like those deep feelings that you have, are meant to be shared in relationship. And so this other soulmate is coming in to experience that, okay? Like, I don't know if you've already met this person. Maybe you've already met this person, you know what I mean? Or not. But it's like there's still this underlying fear of, fearing a loss or fearing it ending, like not wanting to start it because not wanting it to end. Let me get another one. We have playfulness. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And maybe not take it so seriously. Maybe this, who I'm reading for, you're moving too fast ahead in like a future sense, where it's like those beginning stages of getting to know someone and are filled with a lot of like joy and playfulness and like fun. Like, enjoy that part of it instead of thinking like, oh, if it continues to be like this, like it'll end one day. Like, you're being called to really enjoy the interaction, enjoy the relationship, okay? Have fun in the relationship. Like, I know it's hard. Maybe there's a lot of triggers that remind you, like maybe just simply having fun in relationship, like reminds you of a person. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Oh. Okay. So, okay, there's this mythology. I have to share this. There's a mythological story, like a romance, and it's God, I don't want to get this wrong. It's is it Krishna? No, it's Shiva and is it Shiva and Sati? Shiva and Parvati, I believe. Somebody correct me. I'm fine with being corrected. But in that story, there was a loss, right? And the wife was killed or murdered or unalived, and she was revived, or she reincarnated, or she like reincarnated into another woman, something like that. I swear if I'm getting this story wrong, somebody correct me and be nice. Okay, because I'm really trying to channel this energy, because this is what I'm saying. It was the energy was very sad. There was a lot of mourning and grief with this energy that I was picking up on. And it's like, the person is like, the person that passed, like, still has a connection with that person. Like, they still have a connection, like, beyond the death, beyond the passing, like, and their spirits and their souls are still aligned. I hope somebody understands what I'm saying. And so the new person that's coming in, for the person that's experiencing grief and fear for a new relationship, that new relationship that's coming in is being influenced in some kind of a way by that passed on loved one. I really went a long way to explain that, but I brought up that mythological story because that's what it reminded me of, where it was like someone had died, but it was like another person came in that reminded them of that person, but it was like a different person. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to look this up after I'm done, just so I can get that mythological story right. It's a Hindu mythology, but yeah. So the reconciliation card coming out here is saying, like, someone from your past is returning to your life. There's an energy signature that is similar of somebody that you were with in your past that is with this person that you're going to be with. And this is why those fears are coming up. So I don't know if this person actually passed on that you were with in the past, or there was a person, or it was just a breakup and an ending. But the energy signature from one person to another is like a match. And it's bringing up fears because, and maybe this was past life, possibly too. Maybe this wasn't current life. Maybe this was a past life. This is extremely deep, where it's like someone is afraid to be in a relationship because they lost someone in the past, but the person that they're being pulled to be in a relationship with has the same exact energy signature of the person who passed away. Thank you, Spirit. The person that they're being called to be in a relationship with has the same kind of energy signature of the person who they were with in the past. And so this is bringing up fear in them. Like, they don't want to take it to the next level, or they're apprehensive about taking it to the next level. But it's like there's a playfulness that has to be, like, you just have to have fun. Oh my God, this is crazy. I love this though. Like, I do love this. Let me get another one of these before I start pulling some tarot. And I'm definitely going to pull these Chakra Zodiacs. Let me just pull them a little closer to me so I don't forget. We just want to put them right there. Okay, so we could get some insight into your energy to help you release what needs to be released, because this is part of, like, reunion. Like, when you talk about, like, people who say twin flame reunions or soulmate reunions, I wish more people understood how deep this goes. Okay, and why you want to take chances with love. Okay, even if it doesn't last long. I did another video about, something may not last in long, or another reading about it may not last long, but it's going to change you or mature you, because you want to take a chance, because you never know how your interaction with a person or relationship with a person is going to just shift something in your life. You don't know. It could be something small. It could be something big, but souls reunite and energies come back together from past times and past lives all the time. Okay, this is why sometimes we end up in toxic relationships, because we recognize the energy that's similar, that we recognize, that we love, that's in another person, but it turns out that there's more shadows than can be actually worked through in that relationship. So it becomes toxic or abusive, but it's because there's an energy signature that person has that you recognize, that is like love, that is like secure, that is healthy. But sometimes there's a lot more, karma to work through that can't be worked through because of levels of consciousness or just, willpower and things like that. But we recognize things in people. Okay, we recognize it, and what's happening here in this situation is it's bringing up fear in a person because of a very, very, very hard loss that was experienced at some point. Okay, let me get one more of these, and then I'll pour some tarot and get into these chakras. Okay, we got retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. There's going to be whatever relationship that's coming in, right? In the decision, when the decision is made that you're going to have fun and just enjoy this interaction, it needs to be kept sacred. Okay, it needs to be kept sacred. It needs to be just something that's between y'all. Okay? Like, this isn't let's introduce each other's friends. This isn't let's introduce family. This isn't let's post each other on social media. This isn't none of that. This is our thing to get to know each other and see where this is headed and see where this is going. Okay? Because I'm getting the reconnection needs a lot of time. This reconnection between like soulmates, like that, these are like, y'all are ancient soulmates, I'm hearing. This is an ancient love that's like coming together. And so getting to know each other intimately and connecting intimately is going to require you to keep your relationship sacred. Sacred's another word for secret. And, it doesn't even have to be like, it has to be kept sacred. That's all I'm hearing. Okay, y'all need time to connect. We have the 9 of Cups. Like somebody, this person, they thought that they were good alone. Like you or whoever I'm reading for, they thought that they were good alone. And you were good alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had the 9 of Cups. You were sitting good on your own. But it's like, that's right before the 10 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is right before the 10 of Cups. And that's all the community, all the family, all the kids, all the everybody enjoying each other harmoniously and happily and all that stuff. So it's like you were in a 9 of Cups energy. And maybe that's where this facing the ego death is coming in. Where it's like, the love that you are feeling, that you are radiating, emanating some type of powerful passion. Okay, and you may not be aware of it because of those shadows, of the fears, of the grief that may be imprinted in your soul. Okay, and so you're thinking, I'm fine alone, but there's still something that's saying, I can love deeply too. Okay, and it's like I said, in the mind, there's this battle saying, I can't love this deeply. There's no way I could be in love. There's no way I could do this because, I'd have to change my life. And that would mean I'd have to defend and protect and support somebody else. But that's what love is. That's what love is. If you have children, you know that's what love is. You willing to lay down your life for your kids. You willing to do anything to defend and protect and support your kids. This is how people feel about their lover too. Okay, and so you gotta, the ego death is, you gotta understand, there's a selflessness that comes with this. Okay, we got the 6 of Swords again. 6 of Swords, going with what you know. Again, this card keeps coming out. Okay, taking what you know. Like, there's a lot that you've learned from relationships that you've been in the past, and you need to take that with you. Things that are the good things. I'm hearing like good things. Like, we're not bringing any doubt or confusion into a new relationship about anything. Any clarity that you've ever got from past relationships, all the cups that you've been involved in the past or involved with in the past have brought some clarity, have brought some information, some knowledge that you can take with you into this relationship to help maybe ease. Okay, to help ease you, to help you enjoy. Okay, to help you enjoy the connection. Right? Justice under reconciliation. Libra energy. You deserve this. This is a deserved reconciliation here. Like, having gone through some tumultuous things and some very terrible things here, you know what I mean, in the experiences of loss and grief. Like, you deserve to have love. You deserve to have a strong connection. You deserve to have something that's, deep. And you might not feel like that. You might not even feel like that. You're like, this can't be for me. Like, it's like, I hear that too. Like, this can't be for me. But it's like your soul says otherwise. So it's saying something completely different. Like, this is justice. You need this. And the 7 of Swords came out under retreat. Like, this to me sounds like somebody that in the past you've dealt with many relationships that have just been terrible. Like, you've learned a lot from them. Okay? You've learned a lot from these relationships. And you've walked away from these relationships with your head high for the most part. But it's like, there's a strong conflict within your energy that's saying, excuse my language, it's like fuck relationships, but at the same time, man, I want to be in love so bad. Those two energies are like head to head. But it's like there's a justice being served here because of all that pain, because of all this energy that you may have dealt with, lies, cheating, all that, may have dealt with that. And maybe you weren't the only innocent one in the situation in some of them cases, but like your imprint, you have an imprint to be in union with someone, and it's meant to be a loving, harmonious, healthy relationship. And so justice is here to say, I don't care how you feel, this is coming in for you because you deserve it. So get ready for it. Okay, get ready for it. Okay, like I'm not here to dismiss. I'm laughing because spirit makes light of things sometimes, but grief is real. It's very difficult to get through that. That's why I say, when this person comes in, or as you're meeting and learning this person, don't involve nobody else in it. Okay, don't involve nobody else in it, because you may find that you have a lot of things in common, and a lot of things may trigger your memories of a past person, but it's this energy signature. Okay, it's the energy signature that's similar, and it's an alignment for you to experience each other again. For reconciliation again, right? What we got here? Cleanse and purify. Okay, I could be talking to a water sign. I felt like I was talking to a water sign anyway, because these cups, and that was the only water that was here on the table anyway. But cleanse and purify. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Check in with how you feel, how you really feel. Okay, your heart, not your brain, and not your memories. Okay, not the painful memories, but your heart and what you're really feeling and what goes through your mind when you think about love, or you may think about a past loved one that you had a great relationship with, or something like that, or great experiences with, and release those things that do not align with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you separate essentially the bad times from the good times. All right, you may need a spiritual bath. Okay, take a regular shower, take a regular bath, and then take a spiritual shower, a spiritual bath. You know what I mean? What I mean is cleanse your physical body before you do something that's meant to cleanse your spirit. Okay? Cleanse and purify yourself. Sacral chakra too. Let me see. We have healing with Chiron. You might want to check your Chiron placement in your birth chart if you're into that. Okay, because that is the key. That's what Chiron is. Chiron is the key. Healing energy for your sacral chakra. Okay, cleansing and purifying your wounds, those deep wounds. What house matters too? The house that your Chiron placement is in matters very much. So I it's recommended and suggested that you look into that specifically, because that may connect some dots into why these fears are coming up so strongly, but also the urge to want to have a union and have a mate. Okay, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the services I have to offer, just click the link. Peace.